Datta, Miss Sims. Sam Nichols, CPS. This is Mr. Tyrrell Jones for the Prosecution Counsel.
Pleased to meet you.
Good morning.
Hello.
No need to be nervous, my dear. We're all on your side.
All you have to do is answer the questions and tell the truth.
It's not that easy.
Look, if you don't understand a question, just say so. If you don't know the answer, say no. If you can't remember something, say so. It's Trevor that's on trial here, not you.
It doesn't feel that way, though.
And we've got the use of an upstairs room, so we'll take a video camera. Now, Station Road's going to be crawling with dealers, so we ought to get something. But we are particularly interested in Dwayne Williams.
Drives a green Jag, hangs out in a cafe.
Now, for those of you who don't know Dwayne Williams, we arrested him and 6 others last year as part of a conspiracy to supply a massive amount of cannabis, 1,200 kilos. But the CPS discontinued the charges against him because there was insufficient evidence to link him to the other conspirators. So let's get it right today, shall we? We want hard evidence. We don't want the CPS discontinuing this time. Right.
Busy, Tosh?
Yes.
Tosh nicked Williams last time, so he can't come with us today. He's entertaining the defence solicitors on the case, all 6 of them.
Wait, you're not all going, are you? What? How am I supposed to manage 6 defence solicitors on my own?
Rather you than me, Tosh.
We have every faith in you.
Oh, yeah, fine.
Liz, give Tosh a hand, will you, please?
DS Greig, DC Carver. This is Mr. Tyrrell Jones, Prosecution Counsel.
Morning. Sit down, all of you, please. Running order, then. Victim first, Miss Sims. She's very nervous, but the jury will sympathise. Then DS Greig, then DC Carver. The doctor's report from St Mary's has been agreed, and so has the photographer's statement.
Classic fingertip bruising.
Yes. I had a word with Ross's defence counsel. They will call the FME, Dr. John Arnold, which I have to say is unusual.
They're not disputing the medical evidence, are they?
I wouldn't have thought so. Dr. Arnold has said the bruising is consistent with a kick.
So what's the defence? She kicked her own ribs?
Do you mean to say we have to find every single statement from every single witness?
Correct, and there's hundreds of statements. Anyway, this case was way before your time. It was a huge operation. We knew the cannabis was coming, so we spent the whole of May and June of last year watching different people and different addresses.
Was this the case that Dwayne Williams was involved in?
Yeah, you're right. But he managed to wriggle out of the charge. So now there's 6 of them, all charged with conspiracy to supply. They've all got separate solicitors, and all the solicitors want to read all these statements.
And the defence are hoping to find something that will cast doubt on the case against them.
Well, they'll be lucky. The evidence we've got against that lot is fairly damning.
Can you see anything, George?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, well, it's early yet, so don't suppose they're up. Give us a shout if you see something interesting.
Understood, Sarge.
Ah, Tosh.
Yeah?
We've got a juvenile in custody with a gun. Sergeant Cryer wants to know if you can do the interview.
Does it look like I can do an interview?
Well, what shall I tell Bob Cryer?
Well, tell him I'd like to help him out, but I've got to waste a whole day on defence solicitors, desperately looking for defences.
Is that a no, then?
Well, it's not a yes, is it?
Miss Sims, you told the court that you drove round to Mr. Ross's flat on the evening of the 7th of October.
Yes.
And earlier in the evening, you'd been drinking.
Not really.
And Mr. Ross tells us you had. He could smell alcohol on your breath.
I had a brandy about 7 o'clock. Just one.
Just the one brandy. Are you sure?
Yes. To steady my nerves.
And you drove round to Mr. Ross's flat?
Yes.
And when you were parking, you crashed the car into the side wall?
I was upset.
Clearly.
He kept phoning me up and saying terrible things. I wanted to see him to say that it was over and to ask him to leave me alone.
But he'd already ended the relationship with you, hadn't he? About 3 weeks earlier, after you'd both been to his cousin's wedding?
Yes.
So you went round to see this man who wouldn't leave you alone, to tell him what he already knew, that the relationship was all over?
It sounds stupid, but yes, I did.
And you were so drunk that you crashed your car into the side wall by the parking space. You took 2 quarters of brickwork off the wall.
I wasn't drunk.
Did you hurt yourself in the crash?
I was shaken. I don't know if I hurt myself.
And you wanted Mr. Ross to give your relationship another try?
No. I knew it wasn't any good. I told him that. And he beat me up.
So you say. And you say in your statement that he's assaulted you before?
Yes. He'd lose his temper and hit out at me. Bang my head against the wall, punch me, slap me.
It sounds very serious. These previous serious assaults, did you ever report them to the police?
No.
Did you mention to the police that you crashed your car outside Mr. Ross's flat?
No. I didn't think.
Green Jag's just pulling in, Sarge. Looks like Dwayne Williams.
Yeah, cheers, George. We've got it.
Nice car.
That's Williams. I see painting and decorating's paying good money these days.
Who's the woman, Sarge?
That's Terry Frost. Heroin addict and prostitute.
Nice one. So what's she doing hanging out at Williams?
Buying drugs?
No, he only deals wholesale. She could be dealing for him, though.
Maybe she's just doing business.
What do you reckon? Should we go and have a word with her? She might be able to tell us what Dwayne's up to.
She arrived at the police station in a minicab. I know that because I was in the front car park when she arrived. I helped her into the station.
What impression did you form of her condition?
She was dishevelled. She seemed to be in a lot of pain. She was holding her chest.
Was she drunk?
Drunk? No, I don't think so. She was extremely upset.
And you took a statement from her?
I took a formal statement from her the following day. That evening, I asked her some preliminary questions and the FME was called and then she was referred to the hospital.
And did you have any further involvement in this matter?
Yes, the next day I went with Detective Constable Carver to 41 Larkway Road where I arrested Mr. Ross for assault.
Thank you, officer. You just wait there.
Were you aware that Miss Sims had been drinking?
No, Your Honour.
But she must have mentioned that she crashed her car outside Mr. Ross's flat.
No, Your Honour.
Liz, there's a whole coven of solicitors in reception. They're asking for you and Tosh.
I know that, Sarge.
I'd love to help, but I've got to see the DCI.
Thanks.
Why didn't you tell me you'd crashed the car?
I don't know. It wasn't really a crash. I just caught the wall as I was parking in front of the house.
Had you been drinking?
I had a small brandy to steady my nerves. I wasn't drunk. I wasn't.
Yeah, all right.
You should have told me.
Well, when I saw you, I wasn't thinking about that. He beat me up. That's why I went to the police.
Hello, what's your name?
Terry, got somewhere we can go?
Why?
So we can have some fun. You know, party.
No.
I got some blow.
Is that all? See, I'm feeling a bit low.
Well, if you want something else, I'll get it for you. What do you want? Speed? Crack?
I don't know.
Half a gram of coke.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
70 quid.
That's a bit steep. Where are you getting it?
It's really good stuff. My friend, he supplies all the big bands and roadies and that. It's not rubbish, it's really pure.
Yeah, okay.
Well, it's not here. Give me the money and I'll get it.
No, you bring the gear back here first.
Wait here. Give me 5 minutes.
Right. Rod, she's gone to score some coke.
Right, Sarge, we've got her. She's gone into the cafe.
Here's the list of the unused statements. There's one each. We're still sorting some of the papers.
Somewhere in that sea of papers is the crucial piece of evidence that's going to get my client off.
I very much doubt it, madam, knowing your client. Anyway, most of the statements are in box files. 38 box files, 500 pages each, which means a lot of reading. If there's anything you want, let me or WDC Rawton know and I'll get you a copy.
It's 19,000 pages. We'll never get through all that in one day.
Well, let's hurry up then and get on with it.
Right. She's sitting with Williams. He's making a call on his mobile. If she's got her back to me, I can't really see what she's doing. Yeah, he's still talking.
He's got a plate of dinner in front of him.
Yeah, just tell me, has he given her anything?
No. Right, he's finished his conversation. Terry's talking to him again. Looks like he's got the hump with her. Well, I can't really see anything being passed between them, then I can't really see her hands. She's standing up. It looks like she's coming out.
Tosh?
Yeah?
You got a minute?
Not really, no. Right, nobody touches anything I haven't given them. They are.
Nice to be trusted.
Yes?
Robbie's mother is here and the duty solicitor. They're waiting for interview.
I can't leave that lot in there with the statements.
Well, where's Liz?
Well, she's downstairs getting some paper for the photocopier. You tell Sergeant Cryer I'll be with him as quick as I can.
You make a great solicitor's clerk, Tosh.
Yeah, cheers.
Sorted.
Get in.
You got me money?
Get in, I'll give it to you.
I've got to pay the bloke, you know. He gave it to me on trust.
Gear first.
It's good gear. The best. It's Colombian.
It's salt. You're trying to sell me salt? Rod, I want you to get down here, please. Don't worry, love. I'm a policeman.
What is all this about Helen Sims being drunk and crashing the car?
Apparently she agreed in her evidence that she'd been drinking and that she crashed the car parking it outside Ross's house.
Then why didn't she tell us?
Because we'd have thought she was drunk and hysterical and out for revenge.
Well, let's hope the jury don't see it that way.
Doesn't mean to say it didn't kick her, though.
She wasn't straight with us. It looks bad.
Looks bad for Ross, too. He didn't mention it either.
We never asked him. He should have told us. We probably wouldn't have charged him.
I've already told you you're nicked. That means you're under arrest. I'm not talking to you till we get back to the station.
Let me off. Go on. I've never rolled anybody before.
Shut up, Willie, you're nicked.
I was desperate for a few quid. My bloke's in Shadwell, Nick. If I don't see him, he thinks I'm with someone else, and I haven't got the fares to get down there. I'm sorry. I didn't know you was police.
Obviously.
Dwayne Williams, you just tried to score off him.
I don't feel good. I was in the hospital yesterday. They wanted to keep me in for observations, but I discharged myself.
Dwayne Williams, you just tried to score off him?
Can you get me to the hospital? I need medicine. I've lost my prescription. The chemist won't give me any more.
Terry, you gonna help us or not?
He hasn't got any.
You're not helping, Terry.
He hasn't. Not now, anyway. He's expecting a delivery this afternoon.
What's being delivered? What time and who's delivering it?
The coke. He said he couldn't give me any now, but he could help me out later after the delivery. Do you know Mickey Howard?
Yeah?
I don't.
He's in Shadwell Nick. Deanne Matthews from Barton Street got him 12 years for supplying heroin.
He's not in Shadwell Nick. Dwayne was talking to him on the mobile. He's coming over this afternoon.
I've been trying to end a relationship for ages, and by September, I had enough. We went to my cousin's wedding together, and that evening I told Helen that it was all over.
And was it all over?
No, she kept on ringing me at work, at home, in the middle of the night, all hours.
And on the 7th of October last year?
She called me at home. She said she wanted to see me. I said I couldn't see her. I told her that I was going out. It wasn't true. It was to stop her from coming round.
And did she come round?
Well, I wasn't going to answer the door, not to let her in. But there was this almighty crash. She crashed the car into the wall outside the house. So I had to let her in, see if she was all right.
And was she all right?
No, she was drunk and shouting, really angry. She hit me, and I tried to push her off me. I called a minicab for her, and when it came, I got her outside my front door.
We've heard evidence of injuries suffered by Miss Sims. Can you account for them?
I took the car keys off her because I thought she might try and drive. I grabbed her arm to get the car keys. That might have caused the fingertip bruising, but I've never pulled her hair or punched or kicked her or anything like that. Not on that evening or any other evening. I've never attacked or hurt her, or even wanted to.
Well, you know him. We're going to need you down here. Quick as you can. OK, thanks, Don.
Is that a story checked out?
Mickey Howard was released from Shadwell Prison on Wednesday. The Court of Appeals overturned his conviction. OK, Rod, I want you to get some transport. I want you to take Terry back to Sunhill. I want you to book her in, but don't hang around. I want you straight back here.
Right.
You sure? Yeah. Good luck.
Next batch.
Right, well, you hold the fort here. I'll be back as quick as I can. I've just got to go and interview someone.
Oh, no, you're not leaving me with all this.
I won't be long, promise.
Tosh!
I would not have described Miss Sims as drunk. She may well have had a drink earlier in the evening, but she was not under the influence of alcohol.
And could you describe her injuries for us, Doctor?
Certainly. She was in considerable pain from her lower left ribs, where there was substantial swelling, and bruises were already developing over that area. She also complained of pain in her right forearm, and on examination I could see typical fingertip bruising appearing 2 or 3 inches above her right wrist. I was concerned that the bruising over her chest and localised pain there indicated possible fractured ribs, and therefore I referred her to the casualty department.
Did you form any view as to the possible cause of her injuries?
The injuries to her chest were consistent with being struck by a heavy object or being kicked. The fingertip bruising is indicative of someone holding her arm with force, hence making fingertip prints.
The bruising, the possible rib fracture, is there any typical cause, other than an assault, for this type of injury?
Yes, there could be other different causes.
And what would be a typical cause?
It's often seen in driving accidents, especially if the driver hasn't been wearing his seat belt. A sudden collision or heavy braking causes the driver to be forced forward into the steering wheel.
Totally shafted.
Thank you, Doctor.
You're not going to keep me here.
I'm authorising your detention pending an interview.
But I've told them everything. I cooperated. I gave information.
Sarge, we're not ready to interview just yet.
You have the cigarettes, but not the lighter.
Oh, thanks.
Sign here.
Right, come on.
I'm not well. I need medication.
Don, is that our man?
Yes, John, that's definitely Howard.
Nobody move in until he hands the drugs over to Williams.
I'm on my way down.
Gotcha.
Completely down the pan. How are we supposed to know what's been going on if the stupid cow doesn't tell us?
What's happening?
The defence have asked the judge to drop the charge. We've asked him not to.
But why?
Well, the defence is saying you could have cracked your ribs when you crashed the car.
I didn't. Trevor kicked me.
If you told us about the car before today, then maybe we could have done something about it.
You're saying it's all my fault?
It's difficult for us to do our job properly if we don't know exactly what's going on.
I'm going to the loo.
Here we go.
I'm Detective Sergeant Boulton from Sunhill CID. I have reasonable grounds to suspect you're in possession of controlled drugs and I wish to search you.
Nice to see you, Don.
You've lost it, mate. It's a clutch cable from the car. Mickey's just brought it over from the garage.
You're not trying to twist my arm, are you, Don?
The more I read, the more I'm beginning to believe my client was right when he said Dwayne Williams paid to have the charges dropped.
They didn't have enough evidence against Williams, surely.
Oh, they charged my client. But this statement says it was Dwayne Williams' car parked outside the lockup when the cannabis was delivered.
Let me have a look at that.
I have listened carefully to what you've said, Mr. Tyrrell Jones, but I am concerned about the state of the evidence. Miss Sims agreed that she crashed her car and that she could not remember if she had hurt herself in doing so. The defendant is, of course, charged with assault causing grievous bodily harm. Now, the Crown's case is that the grievous bodily harm was the injury to the victim's ribs. However, the medical evidence is that the injury to the ribs is consistent both with a kick and with the driver striking the steering wheel. It now seems that there is a serious possibility that the bodily harm was caused before any assault took place. A conviction in these circumstances would not be safe. I will therefore direct the jury to acquit the defendant.
Sarge, can we bail him pending the axe? Return in 2 weeks.
Yeah, just a minute, Tosh, Dave.
Terry's changed her mind about a solicitor. She wants to make another call, she wants a light for a fag, and she wants to know when the doctor's coming.
Then we should have to wait.
Sarge.
Right, cheers.
Tosh,
Yeah? You've not left them?
I found something.
They'll be tearing pages out the files.
I told them to go for a cup of coffee. You arrested Dwayne Williams, didn't you?
Yes.
What cars did he drive?
A stonking great big Jag, green.
L registration?
Yes.
I think we've got him back in the conspiracy.
Right, I got this one, Tosh.
Yep. Thanks, Sarge.
50 kilos of cannabis was taken from a warehouse to a lock-up garage.
I know. We've connected Williams to the warehouse, but the CPS says it wasn't enough to prove that he knew what was going on.
What if his car was outside the lock-up at the time the stuff was delivered?
We've got him.
Miss Sims, terribly upsetting result for you. You mustn't take it personally. Ross got out on a technicality. You understand that, don't you? There's no suggestion of your evidence being rejected.
Come on, Helen. I'll give you a lift home.
How'd you get on?
Nothing doing, Gov.
Hey, you've arrested Terry Frost.
Yeah.
While you were out, Tosh and Liz have been researching the unused material in the conspiracy to supply cannabis case. We've now got enough evidence to rearrest Dwayne Williams.
Well done, Tosh. Should we go and pick him up, then?
Hold on. Don, would you mind going and relieving Liz from the defence listers, and then Tosh and Liz can go and pick up Mr. Williams? Yes, Garfield. John, Bob Cryer wants to see you in custody. Frost driving them mad. He wants to know, do you want to interview her and do you want to search her premises? So you better sort that out.
Gov.
That's a good bit of police work. There's far too many unscrupulous drug dealers selling salt to vulnerable teenagers. Well done.
Just didn't think crashing the car was important. Now everyone's blaming me, and they're right. It's all my fault.
These things happen. Don't blame yourself.
If I'd known it would make a difference, of course I would have said.
I know.
It's not just Trevor being acquitted. I was scared no one would believe me. I suppose that's why I never reported him before. And no one did believe me.
Of course they believed you.
What am I going to do now?
Just forget about it, Helen.
How can I? He won't let me forget. He said he'd get me if I ever gave evidence.
When did he say that?
All the time. He still phones asking me to give him another chance. If I say no, he just gets nasty.
What, he's been in contact with you since he beat you up?
I don't think he'll ever stop. I changed my phone number, but he calls me at work. I asked the receptionist not to put him through, so he threatened her as well.
Helen, why didn't you mention this before?
Didn't I? I told the officers he wouldn't let me go.
But the receptionist could have given evidence.
I didn't think. Would it have made a difference?